How much does it cost to live in Pattaya in 2026? The answer is it varies a lot from person to person, but today I am going to share my full cost breakdown for the entire year of 2025. Before we start, I just want to make a few things clear. I do live with my girlfriend. We've been living together for 2 years now, and I pay for almost everything. She pays for her car, her phone, and a lot of her regular bills, but I pay for our rent, I buy all of our food, and I give her some money every month. And we'll talk about that later on in the video. We spent about 100,000 baht less than we did last year, but with the poor exchange rates this year, you'll have to stick around to the end of the video to find out if we ended up spending more or less in USD. With all that out of the way, let's just jump right into it. In order of expenses, here we go. Now, our number one cost here is rent. We have a lovely 80 square meter room with an ocean view. It's a cornered unit with a wraparound balcony in Cozy Beach, Pattaya. Now, this isn't a cheap area, but we got a great deal on this place, and we paid 19,000 baht a month. That comes out to 228,000 baht a year, or about 7,000 USD. Currently, that's about $585 a month. Another thing to clarify, I am using an exchange rate of 32 baht to the USD for this video. Our next biggest category is bills. Now, what I'm including in bills is things like my water, my power, the internet that we have. I also have some streaming services. I know most of the people that move here use those cool Android boxes and IP services, but Goy and I watch everything with Thai subtitles. So if you have one of those services, can you tell me in the comments below if they have Thai subtitles available or not? In 2025, my bills cost added up to 107,000 baht, which was about 3,300 USD. That breaks down to about $274 a month. The next category I have is what I call extra. Now, extra basically covers anything that I think is kind of a one-time buy or a special buy. That's things like buying this lamp you see behind me here. I bought a new GoPro camera this year. I've also been buying a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons books. So that's what this category is all about. In 2025, my extra costs were 103.8 thousand baht. That's about 3,200 USD, or it breaks down to about $266 a month. After that, we have eating out. I separate eating out from groceries just so you could kind of get a more specific feeling for what these different things cost, at least for our lifestyle. In 2025, we spent 96.2 thousand baht on eating out, which was about 3,000 USD. That averaged $247 a month. Next up is my health insurance. I recently did a whole video about finally getting off of my traveler's insurance and getting real health insurance here in Thailand. You can watch that video if you're curious about what kind of coverage I got and all the particulars, but for 2025, my health insurance costs were 68.4 thousand baht, or about 2,000 USD. That breaks down to only $175 a month. Can you imagine paying that little for health insurance in the States? Next up is travel. Now, once again, whenever we travel, I'm paying for everything. So we go on a few trips every year. This year we went up to the mountains. We went out to Rayong a few times. We did some other trips as well. And at the end of the year, we took a bunch of trips with my father. In 2025, our travel costs were 45.1 thousand baht, which was about 1,400 USD, and it broke down to $116 a month. Next up is shopping, and if you notice, I break up shopping from groceries. So what exactly is shopping? I include in this category things like trash bags, soaps, laundry detergent, and anything that's just kind of for the house. Things that we go through month after month after month. I've also included all of our medications here in the shopping category, and I would say that's probably 30 to 40% of the overall cost. So what did we spend on shopping in 2025? Our costs were 42.7 thousand baht. That was about 1,300 USD, and that averaged about $109 a month. The next category we have is entertainment. Now, what I consider entertainment is going out to the bar to hang out with our friends and have some drinks, or going out to see live music. It also includes going out to the movies or going to cool attractions and local food festivals. In 2025, our entertainment costs were 42,000 baht, which was again about 1,300 USD, and this averaged $108 a month. Next up, we have groceries, and that's exactly what it sounds like. It's buying food to bring back to the home to prepare, cook, and eat. In 2025, our grocery costs were 30.4 thousand baht, or about 935 USD. That averaged about $78 a month. We're getting towards the end here, and the next cost we have is My Visa. Now, I do use a Visa service, and this cost has been coming down a little bit year after year. It's always more the initial first year. In 2025, my Visa cost totaled 14,500 baht, or about $449. If you break that down by the month, you're looking at about $37 a month. After that, we have massage. I keep this separate. It's a small cost, but I'm always curious to see how much I spend on massage every year. In 2025, my massage costs were 7.2 thousand baht, about 220 US dollars for the year, and only about $18 a month. After that, we have Bolt. Bolt is the most common ride share here. Now, I used to spend a lot on Bolt before Goy and I got together, but Goy has her own car. In fact, she's got her own taxi service, and if you need a taxi in or around the Pattaya area or airport transfer, please consider using Goy Taxi. Note, you do have to add her online before she will see any of your messages. So what was our Bolt cost for this year? Well, sometimes we do decide to take Bolt, or sometimes I go somewhere when Goy is at work. So our Bolt total for this year was 7.2 thousand baht, or 220 US dollars, about $18 a month. Next up, we have gas. Like I said, we have a car, but Goy pays for most of the gas because most of the miles put on the car have to do with her taxi service. That said, I do fill up the tank sometimes, and in 2025, I put 5.4 thousand baht of gas in the tank. That equaled about $154 for the year and averaged about 13 USD for the month. As I said in the beginning of the video, I do give Goy some money every month. But before we get into that, I want to look at my combined food costs. When combining groceries and eating out, our combined daily average for 2025 came out to only $10.67 a month. Why is that so cheap? Well, I'll talk about that later in the video when I compare these numbers to last year's numbers. Now, remember that all the costs above do include me and Goy for most of it. The only thing, like I said, I don't really pay for is her phone bill, her car bill. I do give her some money every month. I give her 9,000 baht every month. Most of that money she sends back to her family, at least half of it every month. Some months it's almost all of it. She does have her own taxi service, and I was giving her this money before she started working, but I told her whatever she earns, I'm still going to be committed to this amount. 9,000 baht a month comes out to 108,000 baht for the year, or about 3,300 USD. At the current exchange rate of about 32 baht to the USD, that is $277 a month. That brings our grand total to 837,500 baht, or 25.8 thousand USD. On average, that is just over 2,100 USD a month. And with everything included, I'm averaging about $70 a day. As I said earlier, we spent about 100,000 baht less this year, but does that equal more or less in USD with today's current exchange rate? Well, let's find out. So for rent this year, we paid less than we paid last year. In 2024, we paid 236,000 baht, but this year we paid 228,000 baht. That said, it came out to 7,000 USD this year, which is more than it was last year. Last year, my bills cost was 156,000 baht, and this year is only 107,000 baht. Now, I have cut some streaming services. I've cut Disney Plus. I've also cut my VPN because I just really wasn't using it. Next up is extra, and we spent over 100,000 baht in this category this year. Last year, that was just over 70,000 baht, but this year, like I said, I bought a new GoPro. I've been buying these Dungeons and Dragons books and some other things for the game. I think this cost will go down quite a bit next year, even if I do decide to get a new laptop. Eating out, we cut this price a little bit this year, but the USD did go up because of the exchange rate. Now, I should say here that we ate out a lot more in 2025 than we did in 2024, but when we go out to eat now, it's almost always very cheap mom and pop places. Health insurance, now this cost definitely went up this year. A lot of that had to do with last year me having a better rate for the first half of the year and then my premiums going up. For travel, we spent about 50% more this year. But the funny thing is that whole 50% had to do with our traveling in December alone. In December, I went to Cambodia with my father, went to Koh Chang, went to Chiang Mai. We spent several days up in Bangkok, and yeah, that's where all that cost went. Our shopping costs for basic household goods fell quite a bit this year, and to be honest, I'm not really sure why. Our entertainment costs stayed about the same, dropped a little bit. Our grocery costs fell considerably this year because we're simply eating out a lot more. In a minute, I'll show you how that affected our overall food costs. My visa costs dropped significantly this year, and it's going to drop even more next year for reasons I don't really want to say on YouTube. My massage costs dropped, unfortunately, and that's just because I'm not getting as many massages now, and I really need to change that. My Bolt costs also dropped this year, but that wasn't that big a change. For gas, I spent almost exactly the same amount, and my family costs increased, but that's only because I wasn't living with Goy for the first few months of 2024. Now, in 2024, our daily food cost averaged $12.29 a day, but in 2025, they only averaged $10.67. That's a pretty good savings. In total, we spent 837.5 thousand baht in 2025, or just under 26,000 USD. Now, in 2024, we spent 945.2 thousand baht, and that was 27,000 USD. So even though we saved over 100,000 baht because of the exchange rate, that barely added to over $1,000 in savings of USD this year. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, drop me a comment down below, and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos.